everyone, and welcome back to Escaping Carcosa Offline. I am Michaela, the keeper for our Call of Cthulhu portion of Escaping Carcosa. I use she, her pronouns, and as always, we will go ahead and say hello to our lovely cast here, starting with Dre.
Me first?
I
Wow.
know.
What is it, my birthday?
I saw that coming.
Hi. I'm Dre Silvertooth, they, them, and I play Fable, she, they. The penetration tester who today is about to go full-blown burglar.
Absolutely.
Oh, I can be found places on Twitter at Dre Silvertooth, REA.
Very good. And Tenzin.
Yeah, I just want to say, burglar, I hardly know her, but,
Damn it!
yes, my name is Tenzin. You can find me on Twitter, Tenzin Days. Just make sure before you witness me, hear me, or interact with me that you don't have anything in your mouth, as you will. Most likely choke.
Okay.
Where's
wondering
this
going?
where that sentence was going.
Yeah.
It's a, like a discretionary, it's a disclaimer. That's what they're called. Disclaimer, okay. I'm playing the character Mauve, also they, them, and yeah, I'm excited for, oh my goodness, this, it's only, day 3-ish, almost, but, we've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, it's been a good time. And Jack.
Hello, I am Jack. I play the character of Guy Jury. We both have he, him pronouns. And you can find me on Twitter at Jack_True. That's at JAK_True. And Guy is going through a bit of a time right now. He's been left unattended, so we'll see how that goes.
We've learned that that's a mistake.
we collectively as a group learned that is a mistake.
Well, also we've learned that leaving Guy alone with Mauve is also a mistake. I think just Fable has to at all times babysit Guy. Fable is Guy's emotional support hacker.
Emotional support hacker. I love that. We need a badge for Guy's sister.
I've also noticed that if I also noticed that if Mauve and Guy are together, Mauve is usually responsible, but only in their gallery. If it's outside, it's like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Free real estate, baby.
I absolutely did not think the character that I designed to, do backflips and break into buildings was going to be the, mom character. But accidentally it has happened.
Oh, gosh. Don't you love role-playing?
Mm-hmm.
Role-playing games are fun. It's a good time.
The dynamic can really surprise you.
It really does. It really does. I have some questions for you all, as per usual. We will start with Mauve. Mauve, do you speak any other languages?
Oh, actually, yes. I speak the language of art, of invention, of innovation. But to be literal, I speak English and I speak Tibetan.
You know what? I was definitely expecting that to go, yeah, I speak love languages.
I was trying to get to say body language.
Right?
Well, clearly you know my character better than I do. Stop projecting.
Oh, Guy, who is your favorite pop star?
Oh boy.
That's good.
Well, I can't say I'm much into what you would call popular music, but well, back in the day, I suppose I was one of the original emos. So I guess my favorite band would be My Chemical Romance, at least when I was young.
Oh,
but,
yes.
No, I listen to the classics, the David Bowie, the classic rock.
Heck yeah. Love that. And Fable, do you have a favorite self-care routine? Face masks, tea and a good book, anything that helps you unwind at the end of your day?
Wow, that pause is just deafening. It's like self-care. Who needs that?
Literally, Fable's like, self-care?
What are those words?
Yeah, I don't think I'm the best at that. My instinct was to say that I like doing squats, but I feel like maybe that's not self-care. Sometimes I have a smoothie while I do squats, like a nice smoothie, not like a protein smoothie, like it has like bananas in it. Yep. I guess I'll talk to my therapist about that later.
You know, it kind of sounds like what you're trying to do is get your digestive tract on point because of the bananas, the squatting. Clearly, there's something there.
You have to do. Okay, listen. I jump for a living. I have to do much thigh muscle for big hops.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Those are good. They're good. All right, y'all. So last time on Escaping Carcosa Offline, our investigators found themselves in some rather interesting situations. Guy walked away from Victoria Highland, spoiler alert, that may have not been the first time that's happened, after leaving her locked in a storage unit, and proceeded to head to a dive bar to have a few drinks and take out some frustrations. Meanwhile, Mauve had an impressionable interaction, as we talked about, getting some reading sources and a costume as well for a super secret mission with Fable. While Guy was in a bar and began fighting with the nearest Nostradamus-looking businessman, Fable and Mauve had a serious heart-to-heart before an interesting performance art piece and an attempted break-in. A lot weighs on our investigators at the moment, including a rather heavy rubber boar mask. Mauve, how is that performance piece going?
First of all, it's a warthog mask, but okay.
Right. It is a warthog mask. When I was a young warthog.
Yeah, it's going really well right now. We're at the point where the stranger that joined me, I've taken out the unicorn mask that sadly wasn't going to be used, but now can be used, and I put it on that friend's head, and I take out my the black base paint, and I start rubbing that unicorn horn with the black paint, and we both
Beautiful.
go, why?
This individual that has joined you is like really they're getting into it. They're on all fours. I don't know if you're still on both of your legs, but
just on my knees.
Okay, yeah, they've decided to get on all fours, and they're going fully into the scene with you.
I feel a kindredness with this person, and I must get their information after.
Absolutely.
This is about to become a beloved NPC.
Oh my goodness. Fable, I believe you were still inside of the bathroom when we had left off sorting through this wallet that you'd kind of nabbed from someone.
Yes, and then I saw a masked figure say, "I am truth," and I fell backwards onto the toilet.
Aha, yes.
That's the very sort of a proud, picturesque scene that we enter in on.
We
Fable.
did. Poor Fable.
Yeah. I think Fable is shaking a little bit, cracks their knuckles, and she stands up. Whew. Okay, this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. But I guess comparatively, like, breaking into... Fable's just straight talking to herself. So I guess comparatively, like, breaking into a penthouse isn't so bad, right? At least it's not a monster. Ooh.
Yeah, and you're the only one in the bathroom, so your voice is echoing back at you as you talk to yourself, so you're actually, like, talking to yourself, because the sound is bouncing off of the walls around you.
I'm talking to myself. Feel like okay, whew. All right. And I think Fable cracks her knuckles one more time and heads out towards the elevator.
All right, so you're just gonna let Mauve keep on doing their thing in the meantime?
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna do anything to get in the way of art.
Of course, never. No, that would be wrong. Yeah.
What is the dude's name whose stuff I took? Because I have, like, his credit cards and IDs and library cards. What's his name?
His name is Marcus Kalheim.
Alheim?
Mm-hmm. So yes, you have an abundance of Marcus Kalheim's belongings, including his wallet, his banking, credit card, debit card. you could, you're breaking into a building, but at this point you could also commit
Yeah, like credit card fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fable's not going to do that, but they do head towards the elevator and whisper a silent thank you to Marcus and use the key card to get into the elevator.
And the doorman at the front kind of waves at you and says, "Oh, do you know where you're going? Do you need any help? I don't think I've seen you in this building before."
Oh, hey,
aside
yes.
when you just ran into the bathroom.
Yeah. So, wait, what does Marcus look like? Does Fable look anything like Marcus? Are they even vaguely in the same appearance?
No, because you have dark hair. Yeah, Marcus is like a dirty blonde, fairly like thin and tall in stature. Not too much resemblance there, but also, people dye their hair and such. So,
yeah, so I'm Marcus's cousin and it's his birthday. So I am going to go up there and just like I'm supposed to just sort of get everything ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you'll roll me a persuade.
Oh. It's a bad lie that I just did.
It's okay. You're like, dang, Michaela's making us roll right at the beginning.
I was unprepared for this lie and also unprepared with my character sheet. Oh no. Okay. My persuade is actually not good. It's a 10.
Really?
And I rolled a 64, so I would like to push.
Okay. And how do you push? Because you're like, oh, I'm celebrating his birthday, trying to surprise him, and the doorman's like, oh, really? Like I try to remember birthdays sometimes, and Marcus has been here for a while. I must have.
Yeah, he's like really how do I put it? He struggles to like celebrate himself and like how important he is, and so he doesn't tend to like tell people his birthday. It's like not doing anything like big that would make him uncomfortable, but like
he's such a sweet guy. He should celebrate himself.
Yeah, people know that like we're thinking about him. Maybe if you catch him later, you could like, I don't know, say something nice.
I'll shoot. I'll find something. I've got something around.
I appreciate it. And I rolled a 7.
Oh, okay, nice.
So lucky. Oh my god.
That was very lucky.
Holy
Very
shit.
good. Yeah.
See, if
So-
if I was a DM, I would have been like, oh yeah, how old is he turning?
Literally.
I look at his ID.
It would have been. I was gonna say it would have been bad if you hadn't made the roll, but you did. I'm very surprised with a 10.
I am too. I think the good roll indicates that Fable stood in the bathroom for a minute, like memorizing all of his information.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this doorman who's kind of greeted you and is trying to figure out who you are, where you're coming from, because he's never seen you before. And he looks like he's probably worked here for a while. Like, oh gosh. Oh. All right. I could probably find some chocolates in the back or something. Does he like chocolate?
Everybody likes chocolate, yeah.
You're right.
Well,
you're
nuts.
Right.
Well, he's allergic to nuts, though. Pecans, specifically.
Okay, no nuts. We'll just do no nuts at all,
Yeah.
to play it safe, because I'm not going to be responsible for your cousin's allergic reaction on his birthday.
I
And,
appreciate that, yeah.
it's a pain in the ass to get the EMS personnel in here, so
Hey, you are a nice human being. You are a really nice human being.
Yeah,
you have a
dang.
good night.
Marcus
Fable
never
just
told
walks
me
backwards.
he had a cousin. Dang. All right, well, I'll see
Yeah,
you later, Marcus's cousin.
Such a cool cousin too. Anyway, have a good
Wait.
day.
I never got your name, and the elevator doors shut.
Fable does finger guns as the elevator doors shut.
And Guy. We return to you. You just had a bit of a run-in at a little dive bar, but you did manage to nab a ID card, a very basic one, but an ID card nonetheless from an employee who works at the Nostradamus building in downtown Seattle.
Yeah, I think Guy at this point will, he's done what he wanted to do. He will probably head back to Gale's, just to wait and make sure nothing bad goes down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because he no longer has a home,
Oh,
most likely.
no.
Your home is full of your ex.
He no longer has a place where Guy lives
I mean,
to retreat to.
you do. It's just, encumbered right now. Oh goodness. Yeah. So you're gonna head back to Gale's. You've got friendly faces there. You've got Gale. You've got Sia. You know the like, and of course, Ryan is still there as well. Kind of just hanging out as usual on the couch.
He will probably sit on the couch and have a one-sided conversation with Ryan, a person to talk to that hasn't heard all of his conspiracy theories yet.
You make it to Gale's. Fable and Mauve are not there, so you imagine they're still out and about doing whatever they're doing. I think you probably have some sort of idea what's going down.
He's kind of nervous about what Fable will find and how that'll go.
Sia greets you and is expecting all of you to walk through the door because you've kind of been tagging along together quite a bit when you come over to Gale's, or you at least meet up around the same time. And she's like, "Oh, good. Okay, you're here. Are Fable and Mauve coming back soon too? I'll probably have to get to bed shortly. I have my first shift tomorrow at the hospital. Are you okay? You look tired."
I'm all right. They'll be back today, probably sometime before morning, but they're not here right now.
Before morning? Okay, like midnight before morning, or like 2 a.m. before morning? Is everything okay?
I can't say for sure. Yeah, it's all good. Sort of like wipes the spots of someone else's blood off his cheek.
And she's like, "Oh, darling, I can get that. You've got some cranberry juice, something dried up, some ketchup."
Sure. From lunch, bar.
Okay, all right. I think Gale was cooking up a little bit of something. I don't know if you're hungry, if you already ate, but you're welcome to it. It should be finished up in just a little bit. You hear Gale, "Yep, about 10 minutes."
Yeah, Gail, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I just need to sit for a bit.
Okay, well, make yourself at home. You know the deal. My apartment's your oyster.
And then Guy will say a thank you to Sia. And when she takes her hand off his shoulder, she probably has a slug on the back of her hand. And he will just go and sit on the couch and stare, occasionally commenting his thoughts to Ryan.
Did you bring all the flowers with you, Guy, or...?
Absolutely. He's got a duffel bag full of weapons and I've got flowers.
Weapons and flowers. Symbolic. You plop down, Guy. I think it's the first time you've really gotten to take a breather in a little bit. There's been a lot going on. I imagine set down your very hefty bag alongside you. Probably don't want to keep that out of sight for too long. But you also have a lot of flowers, and I think that Sia kind of tends to getting them all set up for everyone, puts them in vases, adds water, that sort of thing, and puts them up on the bar in Gale's apartment. They look very nice. It brings a little bit of color to the apartment amongst all of the darkness that has been going on.
I think it's definitely like a moment of almost peace for Guy, as he tries not to feel too anxious about the events of the day and about what Fable and Mo are doing and preparing. Like, he keeps probably glancing at whatever clock is in the room, and if it gets too late, he will head out.
And then, Guy, your phone, is it a smartphone or is it closer to like a BlackBerry?
Yes, it's a smartphone from today. So he uses specifically a Google Pixel 6.
You get a notification on your email. Not a lot of people have this email. It is a notification from a Nostradamus email account. The subject line is blank. It just says, CC, Messenger.
Is there any content in the email?
You know how emails kind of give you a bit of a preview, but you can't see the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
All you see at the top is, despise you, but think you should know, and then it's ...
Shit, well, that could be anyone. And then Guy will open the email.
Despise you, but think you should know. It's very likely that there will be an app released tomorrow that will allow communication within game of Carcosa Online. It hasn't been released yet to the public, but we're not going to keep it from them either. And it's signed as V.
Okay.
And then P.S. Seriously, what the fuck?
Guy will not respond. He will write down the content on it in his notebook, and and then delete the email.
So, Guy, you're taking some downtime. You're speaking to anyone who will listen, and right now that's Ryan. Kind of just keeping your minds off of things, talking about different conspiracy theories and the like.
You see, after a certain point, you have to take a rowboat because the signals from Atlantis, they cut off all electrical power and all engines. So you have to, 4 miles away from the point where it is, you have to row. And the difficulty is right now I'm on the wrong side of the US. So I have to go around the US first and then get out to where it is and then get into a rowboat and go the rest of the way.
We kind of phase away from this conversation for a moment to Mauve.
Hey there, travelers. It is your GM, Lucas, coming to you in the morning. I'm just trying to record this thing so that I can get the episode out. I've been so busy the past week that I have not been able to record something with my winning over voice, and people are sleeping right now in the house, so I can't be too loud. Anyways, I just wanted to come in here and say, look at us. Another month where we got 2 episodes out. Pretty good. This one, right near the end. I technically had the episode done last week, but I just kept putting it off because I'm like, I really want to record the one Wingover's voice, but whenever I do Wingover's voice, usually I have to be very loud with it, very bombastic, and so it will awaken the whole household. But I want to say thank you so much for everybody hopping on here, giving our show a listen. We've already seen quite a high uptick in downloads since we started increasing the amount of episodes that we're getting out, so 2 a month so far, which is fantastic. In the back end, we are recording the final day. We're actually coming up to the finale of Escaping Carcosa soon, which is absolutely wild. We've been doing this for a few years. It's such a weird feeling of when something that has become your routine for years just is coming to an end. It's on one hand it feels great because like, wow, look at us, we're finishing this campaign. On the other hand, it's sad because it's just been so much fun. But I can't wait for you all to hear all these episodes because it has been an absolute blast for us to record, and they are coming out amazing as we're editing them. That being said, we are coming to the end of Season 2. This is the final episode for the offline crew, and then next episode for the online crew that will also be their final episode for Season 2. We'll be wrapping things up, and then Season 3 will be kicking off before you know it. I really don't think I'm going to have much of a break between those seasons, just because I want to keep up the momentum. Maybe I'll give myself an extra week. We'll see how I'm feeling. Anyways, we've been having a lot of comments come in through the Spotify. Wanted to say one that we had a little bit ago that really made me feel good. So here we go. This one is from Katie. It says, Lucas does such an amazing job describing horrific and heartbreaking scenarios. Half the time I'm expecting Rod Serling to show up and say, man, was that effed up or what?
In the year 247, in the Age of Judges, Vartan was summoned home by a letter stating that his father has died under mysterious circumstances. Upon returning home, Vartan opened his mind to the possibility that his father's death and his hometown of Eterno was not everything that it appeared to be. Join us for the next 27 episodes as Vartan comes face to face with monsters, uncovers ancient magic, and finds new friendship with Baya Rustin, the half-elf sorcerer, and Ovik, the tiefling cleric, as they assist him in uncovering the mysteries behind his father's death and the town of Eterno. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace, an A Fool's Quest production, coming to a podcatcher near you, July 2021.
Thank you so much for following along, Katie. I see that you've been also listening to our older campaign. Really hope you love it because I had such an amazing time with the first Ballad campaign. And if you, listener, are just listening to Escaping Carcosa, and this is really the only work of mine that you've heard, I suggest you go back and listen to the Ballad of the Chosen Few, because honestly, I'm so proud of it. It is a remarkable story that we all got to tell together. It's with a different group of players. We also have a number of completed campaigns over on YouTube for Rise of Nyarlathotep. Then I moved over the audio for those onto the Patreon. So it's a pay what you want. Head on to the Patreon. Also, you can follow our Patreon for free, and that's where I've been posting like update kind of newslettery sort of things. That's been also helping me stay on track. So head on over to Patreon for Ballad of the Seven Dice, and you can follow our updates for what's going on for free. All right, I don't want to take too much of your time, and I really want to get this episode out before this month is over so that my claim to 2 episodes a month can stay true. So you all take care out there. It's a very difficult time for many and a time of uncertainty, but remember your community. Remember to support those that you love. Try to help educate those who are a bit misguided if you feel like you have the energy for it. You feel safe enough to do so. But take care of yourself, most importantly. All right, travelers, let's head on into the Season 2 finale. I bid you all adieu.
In the center of Medina, this Medina apartment complex, and with newfound friend, donned with the unicorn mask. And this has gone on now for maybe, like 15, 20 minutes at least, I would say. A pretty long time. You all have garnered quite the crowd. Some of them are very disapproving, but they're still watching because they can't stop. Some of them are into it in a weird way. They're like, okay, like I'm intrigued. I want more information. But right now it's just the performance art piece. Like you're not giving any more of the factual information. So some people are there for like actual info, right? Like stats and stuff. They're those people. And then you've got people who are sitting there just because they're like, okay, this is goofy. And even a few of the security guards are like, should we stop this? Like they're talking amongst themselves. Should we just, they're not hurting anyone. It's a little weird though, especially for Medina. This type of stuff doesn't really happen here. The individual with the unicorn mask has taken to embracing the aspect of their unicorn nature. They're like, I'm dazzling, I'm beautiful, I've been extinct much longer than the warthog. Nay, I am a mystic beast. None have seen me in this era. You could have, had you not destroyed me.
They got the spirit of the thing.
Right. They're just going back and forth with you at this point.
Yeah, and every time there's, taking a pause, I'm pointing at the crowd going, shame! Shame! Shame!
And every time you say shame, they go, I sparkle, I dazzle, I'm beautiful. How could you destroy me?
But are you horny?
I am horny!
Somebody make that a ringtone immediately.
Yeah, that's gonna haunt you for years.
Someone make that a text message sound right now.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, people don't know really what to think at this point. You've got a crowd of probably about 30-40 folks gathered at the front entrance.
Oh god.
It could be a good thing and a bad thing, right? Because at this point you're attracting quite the crowd. So it is definitely serving as a distraction, but also more people are kind of starting to swarm.
I can add a little bit more to this performance if you'd like.
By all means.
Trey is shaking their head like, don't you fucking dare. Like, no more, please.
Thank God Fable can't see this. Fable looks out the elevator window and sees Mauve screaming, I am horny.
So what I do now is I sit my butt down on the cement ground and I remove my shoes, take off my 2 long socks, and I put them on my hands, like sock puppet style. And then I kind of get up and start pawing at the air, just like much like a warthog might on its hind legs, just
Warthogs do that?
pawing. I don't know.
You know?
It doesn't matter. It's about the message.
And what is the message, Mauve?
I am transforming more into a warthog. These are my hooves.
I see.
The message here is, I'm an amazing warthog.
And yes, an amazing performance artist, absolutely.
Yeah, and the shoes go back on the bare feet, so now it's like full 4 sets of hooves.
Oh, okay. So you actually, you have made the visage of 4 hooves as well.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, unfortunately the paint in my hands, are still wet, so it does soak my socks a little bit, so the pink socks kind of become like dark spots on it, like kind of like wet mud or something looking thing. But yeah.
Yeah, Mauve and their newfound friend are attracting a wonderful group of individuals, and people are still going in and out of the building, but no one at this point is really paying as close attention as they should. Even, like I said, some of the security guards have been distracted. At this point, some of the security guards that kind of just survey the general area outside are kind of sitting in one place because they're watching whatever this is. And Fable, are you headed up to the 5th floor then, where Marcus lives?
Yes.
Because you got into the elevator, yeah. I don't know if you said where exactly you wanted to go.
So I think Fable is looking to see where cameras are. So, like, is there a camera in the elevator?
There is a camera in the elevator.
Okay.
And it's in, like, the back corner, right? So, like, when you walk in, it sees people when they're walking in. And then if you're facing the front of the elevator, like the doors, then it'll catch just, like, your back.
Okay. Yeah, I think when Fable went in the elevator, they instantly saw where the camera was, and then, like, because Fable was backing into the elevator making finger guns at the attendant. I think Fable puts their back to the camera and has, like, her hood up so that her face comes.
Okay.
And waits to see, like, check out what the 5th floor situation is.
Yeah, so you go ahead and head to the 5th floor. And when you land on the 5th floor, the elevator lurches to a stop. The doors open. It's fairly quiet. Things look normal. I mean, it is a very well-kept hall. There are slight decorations, some foliage, some fake plants, some real plants. It looks like there are different sections as well. So there are the hallways with multiple kind of rooms set up in the fashion similar to like a hotel, right? Or a cruise ship, where they're lined up along each other, but there is enough room because it is a nicer place between each door, so they're not right alongside each other. And then if you go further back onto the floor, there's a back section, and there sits a larger section of apartment buildings, essentially. So it's like, it looks like the smaller apartment buildings are lined up along the entrance out of the elevator and into the elevator. And then you have to go to the back to get to the areas that are a little bit more extravagant.
Okay. So Fable identified that Victoria will probably live in the extravagant section, 5 floors up. What's the camera situation along the hallways?
You've got a camera at most of the main entrances to the elevator as well. So facing the doors of the elevator. And then it looks like on each major, like, corner, right, in the building, it looks like there's going to be a camera.
Anybody in the hallway?
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
Anything in the hallway.
No.
26, and my spot hidden is 43.
Yeah. So you see a few things in the hallway, actually. You see a cat, which is a little odd because people here don't really let their cats roam around in the hallways, and they don't really keep outdoor cats either. Most tenants here have dogs or indoor cats if they have pets at all. And it's standing to your right from the elevator at the end of that hallway. And its tail is flicking back and forth, and it's just kind of staring you down.
Okay. There's no people. Fable will flip her mask up, because that's sketchy to, like, humans. Cameras think it's not and then crouches down and tries to approach the cat.
Are you like crouching down and like?
Yeah.
Like.
Hey, baby, what are you doing? This doesn't seem like a place for a cat to be outside. What are you doing?
And it walks towards you ever so slightly. And as it walks towards you, you notice it flicker a little bit, you think. Like a glitch, almost. But you're not sure if you're just seeing things.
I think when it flickers like a glitch, Fable freezes.
It keeps walking towards you.
Flickers like Fable can completely see through it for a second, or like it just kind of like jerks.
Yeah, like it body doubles almost. So it's walking towards you, and the way that it flickers, it continues to walk, and it almost looks like it has two sets of back legs because it's like the image is trying to catch up with itself.
What color is this cat?
It's a black cat.
Long fur?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like Alistair?
Not quite the same.
Okay. Fable wants to see if she can touch it.
It gets to you, and it stands probably about a foot in front of you at this point, and it sits down, and it mews at you. Seems like a normal cat.
Fable reaches out to touch it. Don't look at your notes that way. This is a targeted trap.
It was not intentional. You reach out a hand. It feels like a cat. It doesn't seem to do anything weird. It feels fluffy. It feels... You could see it breathing. It's warm. So by all normal measures that you know of, it seems like a cat.
Okay. I think Fable saw that glitch and feels uncomfortable, but no more uncomfortable than, say, in a bathroom or on her phone. So I think she's gonna trash that cat under the chin, and if the cat lets her, gonna pick that cat up and bring him with her.
The cat seems very friendly. It doesn't have a collar or a name tag, so this cat's free real estate, I guess. You can just pick it up and take it with you on a little journey for the time being till you figure out who it belongs to.
Yeah. I think Fable's original idea is to bring this cat, and then if there's some sort of like motion censored problem, hide and be like, it was the cat. Cat triggered this. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
Wow.
The cat's not gonna go to jail. But,
baby jail.
Oh my god, you're a cat burglar.
but I think seeing this cat has no collar, Fable's seriously considering taking this cat.
Listen, I would adopt all the cats.
You gotta name it Glitch. I mean,
Oh my god. I'm trying to do a burglary, and
I'm getting distracted by cute cat.
you find love when you least expect it, and
It's
love is
true.
a really cute cat.
Glitch.
It lets you pick it up, carry it around. It seems very friendly. It seems like just a little friend, a little pal.
All right, buddy, let's do a burglary, huh? As Fable gets closer to Catwoman all the time.
Yeah, literally. It is also a pretty young cat, so it's like kitten-sized. So realistically, it could probably sit like on your shoulder, in your head, that sort of thing.
This is my new cat. Thank you. Skip of this cat. Is it? I think Fable does a quick turns the cat around and peeks under the cat's skirt. Is this a boy cat or a girl cat?
It's a girl cat.
Yay.
Hey, little girl. And I think Fable's like thoroughly derailed at this point and is like bouncing the baby and is like, You want a big brother? I have a cat. I gotta focus. Oh my god, I gotta focus.
You're like bouncing it, right? You're playing with it. It goes, and it gives you like the tiniest little meow.
I'm gonna die. But like, okay, Fable puts this cat in her pocket.
I'm just imagining in like Nostradamus's like evil computer room with cameras on you. It's like, we've neutralized the thief.
And you just see Fable. It was so cute. Whose name is Glitch?
Just a little kitty.
Fable has little like post-it notes in their jacket getup from work where they would leave, and I think they pull out a post-it note and their little pen, and just write a little note that says like if you are missing a cat, if you are missing a kitten, call this number, and puts Mauve's number.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
shit.
Poor Mauve, right? Like the librarian has their contact info. This entire building,
No.
5th floor has their contact. Yep. So you leave the little post-it note just in case. But you have a gut feeling no one's going to be looking for this cat.
This is my cat now. I don't care what else I find.
Fuck the mission. Let's go home.
I got a cat now.
Just bring home a cat. That's what Fable needed, just some serotonin.
The cat. Fable recenters and is like, Ryan, right, okay, I gotta get my girlfriend out of the game. I gotta focus up. Gotta get her out so she...
And you got your girlfriend a new cat for when she gets back.
I gotta get her out so she can meet our new cat. And I think Fable is like, okay, gotta get it together. And I have a question. Do cameras in this era, like, do they, like, move around or are they static?
It depends on where you're at, right? So you have some cameras that are static and you do have some that are tracking cameras, so they will follow movement. It just depends. The ones right now, the one inside of the elevator is static. The one at the exit/entrance of the elevator is a tracking camera. The rest of the cameras are static.
Okay.
On the floor.
I think Fable to check that it hasn't, like, locked onto a face. Throw something. Like, throw something to see if it gets distracted by other movement. It's locked on.
Throw the cat.
No.
So what are you what are you throwing? Like, what are you
Said there's fake plants, right?
Yeah, you've got plants and stuff and such around.
Fable will grab a fake rock from a fake plant and chuck it down the hall.
The camera doesn't necessarily seem to respond to that movement, but it doesn't seem like it's focused on you either. So right now it's scanning.
I'll take it. Okay, so they're on the 5th floor. Victoria Highlands Place is on the 10th floor. I think scaling the outside of this building for 5 floors seems alarming. So I think Fable's just going to look for some stairs. Ideally, the least watched stairs. So, like, whatever... If such a thing as a janky back stairwell exists in this building, that is what Fable's looking for.
It's a pretty fancy building, so even the stairwells are pretty nice. But there is a stairwell entrance, much like the one that you saw downstairs. It was kind of off to the side, away from the elevators. Most folks just use the elevators, as whether they just don't want to take the stairs and inconvenience themselves, or access for everyone, or they're lugging around, groceries from the day, or briefcases and such. People usually don't really take the stairs. So you get to the stairwell. It is on the left side instead of the right side where the cat was. It's on the left side, down a little ways, and kind of tucked away.
All right. Yeah, Fable's just going to take those stairs, see if there's cameras in there, and then head.
Yeah, so it looks like at the landing for each floor, they've got some cameras. Like one camera set on the little hinge of the door type of deal. The stairwell is also ridiculously nice. Most stairwells are not kept up as well as these ones are. The stairs themselves are like you don't know if they're real marble, but they look like marble. And you know where the, like, grippy tape normally is? Or, like, the lining? That is like a gold lacquer instead. It's like a golden strip. So they look very nice.
This is completely unnecessary, Fable tells the kitten. This is completely... Are you sure you want to come home with me? Because it's not going to be like this. You sure you don't want to have sort of like a Oliver and Company, like, adopted into the lap of luxury situation? I could just set you down and knock on doors and see how it goes.
It mews at you again. Gives you a little squeak. It seems content.
Alrighty.
Where it's at. On top of that, it's not really, like, dirty or anything, right? Because people don't use the stairs. I'm sure people come through and clean them anyways, but they really look like they just don't get any use.
Great. Perfect. To the 10th floor we go.
Yeah. So you start scaling up the stairs. Mauve, you have now attracted the attention of 2 of the security guards who hang close to this particular building, as well as you think that people are starting to call their friends and let them know in the area, like, you gotta come see this shit. This is wild. You've got people recording you on their cell phones at this point, because it's been a interesting evening, this performance. You get who you think is probably one of the security guards who has a little bit more leverage in the area. He strolls up on a golf cart.
Not the cart.
This dude's a bit of a wannabe, right? He's got a little speaker, and he pulls it up. And he's like, excuse me, you are interrupting our guest's evening. You are, well, some folks are interested, but many others are complaining that you are causing a scene. Can I ask what your business is here? Do you live here?
Mauve points at the officer, the guard, with their sock hand. You are the one that is trespassing on our performance art piece. We must continue, for we have a message of peace and preservation.
Well, if you don't live here, I hate to break it to you, but you're the one trespassing. Do you have
Is this not public property? Are these folks not here of their own will as well? Are you going to kick them off? Boo!
No, because they live here.
Everybody boo!
And some of the crowd starts to boo with you. Like, boo!
Yes!
Boo!
Boo!
But other people are like, I've got family coming over soon. What are they gonna think?
This can be a family show. Boo!
And the individual in the unicorn mask goes, shun the non-believer! And he looks like he's gonna pull something out of his pocket, and then
He's got a gun!
throws it at the guard, and he just goes, pretend that was glitter. But there's nothing there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait, who did that?
The person in the unicorn mask alongside you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was the guard taking something out of the pocket. I was like, whoa, okay.
No. All right. Do you have any idea how much longer your art piece is going to continue for?
One cannot time art. Art is timeless. You will not restrict me and of my freedom of speech, of art. Boo!
Oh, okay. Well, I am going to restrict you to,
Okay, give me like 30 more minutes.
Fine. I want you and your horned crew here packed up in no more than 30 minutes. You're drawing a bit of a crowd.
And I ignore him and go back to like my interpretive dance.
I mean, if I can't rob Victoria in 30 minutes, I don't know what I've been doing with my whole adult life, so.
Also, I do tend to get tired after an hour of performing, because we'll be hitting that sweet spot,
That's fair. Oh, goodness. All right, yeah, he takes off, and he looks like he's still surveying the area. He's one of the people who's actually still kind of doing what he's supposed to do, so he's driving around the building right now. It's a good thing you didn't decide to scale the outside.
That is a good thing.
Gale has set up a pretty elaborate dinner, knowing that Fable's mom also has to go in to work tomorrow. I think he was expecting that everyone was going to be here by now. It's nearing about 9 p.m. He's got the chicken still sitting in the oven and like the veggies and stuff to keep them warm. He's just kind of like standing up at the island in the kitchen. So, Guy, where are the friendos? Dinner's gonna get cold. I can only keep the oven on so long.
Oh, I'm sure they're getting up to no good. But they'll be back here when they're done. They're busy. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Fable stays busy. Okay, I mean, I guess we can just eat without them if they're gonna be a while. So Gale calls you in to like help set the table.
He'll happily help out before he hang up his coat and hat behind the door.
He's got like a full setting for everyone too. It's like spoon, knife, fork, the whole shebang. Got like a dinner plate, a salad plate.
He'll go and make sure that the wine is out and everyone's got glasses, and he'll put the bib on
Aw.
the cloth in his like maybe to fill space at the table. He'll like lift Ryan into a chair and push Ryan into the table as well, just with like the drip apparatus next to her. Then he'll sit and like just like slap tails up. Well, this is lovely. It's like a family dinner. He'll bring everything that Ryan needs. Like all the
Wrap her up in a blanket and all that good stuff. Keep her cozy. Got your little paper bib tucked in. Gale is kind of like tapping. It's like, okay, all right. More wine. Yeah, wine for everyone. And the glasses that were for Fable and Mauve are for us. Great. You know how like with wine, you're not actually supposed to fill the glass all the way?
Yep.
Gale fills your glass and his glass and Sia's glass to the top, to the brim.
And Guy will tank the first one, and then fill the second one. No point letting it go to waste. So Gale and Sia, you've heard of Bigfoot?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's very, very popular lore in this part of the region, But it's just like old wives' tales, right?
And then Guy will tell stories of tiny feet and of talks about how, of course, Bigfoot is a smokescreen designed to attract the attention of most conspiracy theorists, to make sure they're all spending their time wandering around in the woods for no reason, when the real issue is tiny feet who hangs around in suburban trash.
And Gale is just like slowly nodding and is like setting up everyone's plates. It's like, some salad, some mashed potatoes, yeah. And Sia actually seems like intrigued. She's like, oh, honey, that's so fascinating. So I've heard of Bigfoot, but I've never heard of Littlefoot. I assume that's because their feet are little, right?
For copyright reasons, I have to say it's not Littlefoot. Littlefoot is the dinosaur from Land Before Time. Tiny Feet is the mythical creature.
Right, tiny feet. Okay. And are they like a ragtag bunch? Like, is it like a son and child? Like a duo, like a father and kid, or are they just? I'm a little confused by the whole ordeal.
Well, again, Bigfoot doesn't exist, never has. It's just a legend that comes out of giant sloths of the old days, and mostly it's black bears standing on their hind legs. But Tiny Feet is sort of like, if you've seen Gremlins, it's like Gremlins.
Oh, I used to love that movie.
And I think it's more of the same as Guy just sort of like eats most of the chicken.
Yeah, and she's like, so you can't feed Tinyfoot after dark?
You should never feed Tiny Feet at any time of day.
So does Tinyfoot not take baths either? Can't get wet?
Oh, you should. If you manage to catch a Tiny Feet, you should wash it.
Okay.
Because otherwise you will probably get rabies just off its fur. And they have a lot of fleas, and they hang around with raccoons a lot, and usually people associate them with raccoons because they hang around a lot.
Okay. Oh, I'm learning so much with being around all of you. Tinyfoot. She takes out her phone and she types Tinyfoot in her notes app. She's like, I need something to keep me occupied, I'm sure, during the workday tomorrow. I'll tell everyone about Tinyfoot. Make some new friends.
Raising awareness is probably good. It's something that's not talked about enough, and it'll really piss off most governments. We try to keep it under wraps.
Like Area 51.
Oh yeah, and mostly because the meat of a Tiny Feet is the most delicious you'll ever have.
Do you know from experience?
I've never had the pleasure.
Okay.
It's not worth it to kill and eat one yourself, because they'll sell on the black market for upwards of $3 million.
And Gale butts in. It's like, I'm sorry, my chicken carbonara isn't good enough for you. Next time I'll go hunt a Tinyfoot.
I think you've had too much wine, Gale.
I mean, Gale is also on like glass 2 or 3 at this point, but like sipping, not slamming him down like guys right just like sipping and just taking in the conversation. It's like, okay, it is getting kind of late. So Fable, you are with your tiny friend, making your way. You're scaling these stairs. It's like the same thing, one after another. There is no, break in the uniformity of these stairs. It's just stair after stair after stair, with the exception of the, flat in between each floor and the door leading out to the hallway of that floor. And even that is very uniform. It's the same kind of marble-esque looking flooring that the stairs look like, and the doors are all painted the same color, and they all look like they're in pristine condition. You're probably you're close to the top at this point. You're probably at about floor 8 or 9 if you're keeping up a good pace. You're used to this kind of work, so you're not like hurting for stamina or anything like that.
Yeah, just gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. I know that there's a limited amount of time that Mauve can scream that they're horny in the plaza, so I think Fable just gotta go fast. Gotta get to that door quickly.
You're nearing, I will say, the 9th floor. And if you would just give me a listen roll real quick.
I got a 64. My listen is 40. So that would be a lot of luck.
It would be.
I think I'm gonna need it later, so I'm just gonna not hear whatever I'm about to hear, because I might need luck, like jumping betwixt buildings or something.
So you keep climbing. You get to the last floor to make it to the 10th floor. You notice there's another floor above you. Another set of stairs. But you're at the 10th floor. You're at the landing for the 10th floor currently.
This feels like when you play a video game, and there's the place you're going, and then you see a weird path to the side, and you're like,
ooh, shiny.
Ooh. No, Fable's gonna just keep going for Victoria Highlands apartment. It's not. Is it an apartment if it's really nice? That's not an apartment.
Right, like it's like by technical standards, but no, it's a penthouse.
Okay, I'm gonna head to the penthouse.
So you make it to the 10th floor fairly quickly, and you open up the stairwell door, keeping in mind all of these stairwell floors, they still have the cameras as well. So would your clothing, your gear, bar the cameras from seeing the cat properly? No, right?
No, I don't think so. I think the kitten is just in Fable's little front pocket.
Kind of sitting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you open up the door into what looks like the uppermost floor, and pretty much the same ordeal. This floor, however, only has a few rooms. They all look to be fairly large as well.
Okay. Fable wants to spray paint over the cameras.
Yeah.
Like going under them and not in front of them as much as possible.
Okay.
So that it
You're
looks
gonna
like
kind of spray paint from the back, just so it
looks like they just went black.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Okay, I rolled a 65, which is not good, but my stealth is 77.
Nice. Ooh. Are you trying to spray paint all of them as you go?
Yeah, I think like the relevant ones, like whatever ones would face Victoria Highlands' door, Fable wants to take out.
So you've got the ones that track motion to an extent. They kind of track facial motion, right? They target on a face and then follow that until it gets out of line of sight. So those ones are in the corners. The one that is in the furthest most corner is closest to you in the far end because of where you came out of the stairwell. So you can hit that one pretty much right away. You've also got the static one that's by the elevator. It's not going to be an issue right now. But if you decide that you need to cross over on that side, because you don't really know which one is Victoria's penthouse yet. So that might be an option. And then the other tracking camera is on the other end of the hallway.
Okay.
But you have spray painted the one that's closest to you.
Fable will check the doors nearby first to see if any of them are hers, and then if not, we'll deal with the middle camera.
And then did you get, let's see, you got the address from Guy, right? Did you just get the area, like the building it was in, or the actual apartment number as well?
I think Guy would have given all of the info.
Okay.
Like you'd read out like the whole page from the notebook.
Okay, perfect. So, you would know that her penthouse is the one on the opposite end from you. She has the one that's on the farthest end, so that way she has a nice view.
Fable will go down a floor and then cross over to the other side and go up the stairwell over. And then hit that camera.
Okay. So you have hit both of the cameras that are tracking cameras. The one by the elevator is still operating fine. The other two are as well. They're just kind of obscured at the moment. The vision is obscured.
Can the middle camera see Victoria Highland's door?
It doesn't seem like it. It targets the elevators specifically to see people coming off of it and going onto it.
Okay, that one can stay then.
So you exit the other side of the stairwell. And you double check. You reference the ripped out piece of paper that Guy gave you. You double check the number that's kind of sitting by the door. It's a little gold placard. Looks very nice, very fancy. But for all intents and purposes that you can tell, this is Victoria's penthouse suite.
Okay. I think Fable cracks her knuckles and looks at Glitch and says, "All right, it's showtime." And what kind of door is it? What kind of lock?
Right. So it's like a standard door with your normal bottom lock that's on the door handle.
Like a wooden door?
Yeah, it's a wooded door. So the bottom portion has a normal locking mechanism, but also a keypad. And then you have the bolt lock up top.
Okay, so there's like a bolt lock up top. Probably not done because nobody's home. And then just a normal lock on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And a key lock. Can Fable tell if there's like an security system?
Want to give me a computer use?
I have cool news. It literally doesn't matter what the roll is because I rolled 100.
That's a fumble, too.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Not enough luck in the world.
What about pushing? You can't push those?
Can I do anything about this, or is it just all over for me because I rolled the worst possible roll?
I believe when it's a fumble, you cannot
use luck or push.
See, you spoke too soon when you were like, "Oh, I'm lucky today."
like all the luck, right?
I jinxed myself.
So, you're checking the locking mechanisms.
Yep.
Are you kind of fumbling with the locks as well to kind of get an idea of what they do?
I guess I am. Yeah, I mean, I think ideally Fable would try to see if there's like an electronic security system that will be notified if she fucks with the door. And then she would pull out some skeleton keys and start trying to work the actual lock.
Gotcha. So you're playing with a few different locking mechanisms that you have to get through to actually get access into the penthouse. Meanwhile, you're also trying to verify whether or not this has a electrical security system of any sort. When you start messing with the locking mechanisms, the ones that actually kind of move around and make noise, the door handle starts to move. And that's where we're going to take our break.
No!
Ruh-roh.
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 That really is a fumble.
I really like that was there.
Escaping Carcosa is brought to you by the Ballad of the Seven Dice Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching Ballad of the Seven Dice. Supporting our Patreon helps us pay for the show, such as hosting, equipment, and additional content for you to enjoy. Our Patreon is pay what you want and contains behind-the-scenes updates, audio dramas, one-shots, and more. You can also head over to iTunes and Spotify and leave us a 5-star review. Every review helps us fight against the horrors of the algorithm. Until next time, dear travelers, keep an eye out for the yellow sign.
Weapons and flowers. Symbolic.
Slugs and blood.
Slugs and blood.
Weapons,
Weapons
flowers,
and
slugs,
flowers.
and blood.
Yep.
Yeah.
The title of your album.
Oh my gosh.
Title of your sex tape. No, I'm sorry.
It's a 200 song ukulele album.
I would buy that. I would buy that album.
I was gonna say the sex tape or the
I
album.
would buy that video.
No, the album, the fucking ukulele album. No. No.
Oh gosh.
Also, I love that this experienced registered nurse is like, oh, cranberry, because I've never seen blood in my life.
She's innocent. She doesn't expect blood to just be hanging out on y'all.
She believes what she wants to believe.
Yeah, I love that. Oh my god, does she get like a red receipt? Like,
Knowing Victoria Hyland, yes, but also she's not using her official email for this.
You might email back a thumbs up emoji.
That would piss her off so much.
oh god, that's even worse than not saying
Right?
anything.
I feel bad robbing this lady now. Feels really unsporting. I need you to know, Tenzin, that when we started this and everyone sort of picked what they were gonna be, and you were like, I'm gonna play this pretentious artist, and I was like, hey, well, we have a conspiracy theorist, a like computer programmer, a hacker, and an artist, and I pictured not quite this, but something so similar in which we would need to get into something, and you would just be completely unhinged. And I just want you to know that this has met all my expectations and gone beyond them. It's taken my expectations and just raised them, just doubled them. That's everything I've ever dreamed of.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness.
I told you, I should have just kicked the cat.
This is a targeted trap.
Don't listen. It was not intentional. Goodness. I didn't know that you were gonna find a cute cat.
Sure, man?
I'm sure.
Because you put it there.
I put it there on a whim.
Don't tell us your secrets. You know what? I think Ryan has become become Guy's best friend by this point.
Literally.
She's the best friend that he's
God.
ever had in his whole life. Just the conversation itself was just
No. Guy considers Mauve his best friend.
This scene,
Aw.
calling all fan artists, please draw this scene.
Oh no.
The spin-off series is going to be Guy and Sia looking for tiny feet.
Oh my gosh. It's a Monster of the Week one shot.
Yes!
oh my god.
They borrowed Glitch because Glitch is uniquely good at finding tiny feet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my, that's perfect.
Listen.
But Fable
stop.
won't let anyone
Natural
eat.
born hunter.
Fable won't let anyone eat the tiny feet. I think Fable just gotta go fast. Gotta get to that door quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to get my voice hoarse.
My face hurts from smiling because this fucking session has been so ridiculous. Everybody needs to
Literally.
stop being funny.
How dare you?
You thought you were gonna come
Oh.
here for
I'll
spooky
be
shit.
quiet.
This is actually accidentally just like a straight comedy show.
I know, it's so funny because it's like it gets very spooky and very funny. There's like high peaks of both, and I'm like, y'all are wild.
It's like what we do in the shadows.
Yes.
You know, we've got the brand.
I love what we do in the shadows.